All right, you guys, we got our final one, chapter 5. Now, I just read it, and it's not a good thing. You know, it's probably it's up there with one of the worst of the readings that I've come across. Do you understand? It's kind of like it just drops us off at the end. It's just crazy. It's another that's 22. It's another that's 22 strong. All right. And it says, "Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach." All right. So to remember, please, let's take a look at this. It's another quick read. I think we're just going to read it. Well, I'll just read it and see how I talk about it. Lamentations 5. 5 represents our body part. 5 is about the brethren, which is us, our body. It's also the city of David. It is the Lamb of God. It's so many wonderful things, but it's the vessel. It's a person. It's you and me, and it's the beginning and it's the end and it's the middle, and all of these at one time. But let's listen and watch how this works. Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold to us. All right, hang on. That's the first 4. So cool. I have to go about it. Remember, O Lord, our inheritance is turned to strangers. The stranger, the idea that the inheritance is we are trying to get ourselves back, but instead we give it to the stranger. We give it to whoever this is, the guy, whoever is coming between you and God, the strange woman. That's that the inheritance is turned to strangers. And it means whatever you get, you even paying these guys. You're taking part of your money and giving it to them. That's what happens. So you're paying for it. All right. So get this. We are orphans and we are fatherless. They're talking about the person himself. We're orphans. That means we're all alone. All right. And we're fatherless, right? And our mothers are as widows. So this is the 3. When we get through, we need all of that in order to make it up into heaven. All of those things, we need them all. So the orphans means we don't have our brothers. Maybe we're all by ourselves. Fatherless. That means we're children without our father, and our mothers are widows. We have drunken for our water, and our wood is sold to us. Okay, so that's the whole idea. We're trying to get something out of it, and this is where we're paying for it. Okay, now let's keep going. Our necks are under persecution, means you're not, this whole idea about going in, you're not allowed to take from your own food. This is the part about when you come over to this other side, the first thing that all these people do is they plant a vineyard. That's what I did. I plant a garden. And I'm going to be able to reap my benefits from myself, what I do from my own self. I am going to take from this fruit instead of someone else taking from my works and stuff like that. So we have given the hand to the Egyptians. We have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread. All right. So this is 6. 6 is about, instead of, this is what they're talking about, breaking bread. We're talking now about eating bread. All right. And that they're satisfied with that alone. Now, this is another place in the Bible when they came about for brick and slime. They were fine with that, you know, and that's what they built the Tower of Babel with, brick and slime. Let's see. Our servants have ruled over us. None, there is none that doth deliver us out of their hands. So here again is another reference with 8, that there is nobody out there that's going to get us. There's no one coming to help us. All right. We just talked about that. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doth deliver us out of their hands. All right. We got our bread with the peril of our lives because of the sword of the wilderness. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. This is 10. This is the 10, but we couldn't get up here. This is where the famine has begun. We were black as coal. This is where the black comes in. But that's because there's a famine. When you're famine, there's no white. You can't get there, you know? You're just the intellect, just your own mind. It's the lower mind. It's all you're left with. Mom's not there. So this means black. That's all you got, you know? It says here, they ravished the women in Zion, which means they took out all the girls and all the maids in the city of Judah. Well, we know because, well, this Judah was taken over. We know that from number 3, by chapter 3. The princes, which is our boys inside, our children, you know, they were hung up by their hands, you know. The faces of the elders were not honored. All right, so here again, number 12 over here, we get this idea that, you know, the princes were hanged up by their hand. That means they were hung up by their hand. They can't use it. They, you know, this idea that your power is in your hand, but it's being hung up by it. That means, you know, that it's being used against you in some way. The faces of the elders were not honored. So this is your problem, you know. You don't even know that that's the mark that you're talking about, you know, that you're waiting for them to stick it in you, like some kind of mark of the beast. But the idea is that, you know, the power is within you. It's already within you. It's within your own hands. It's with your own grasps. It's in your own hands. And here you're being hung by your hands. You're being pulled around and being led about, made like a slave. It's just terrible. They took the young men to grind, and the children fell under the wood. It's number 13. 5 is number 13, so it's about our body. So 4 is about world. So they took something. What they take? They took the young men to grind, and the children fell under the wood. All right. This is the same idea that they made you work, and that there was no work, no play, no children died. Well, the idea is that what's inside of you fell under the wood, and so the wood that's just, well, it's just that's just how. I don't know what otherwise, but I know that the children fell under the wood, because we usually get 2 plays of things off here. One is an outside thing and one's an inside thing, and the outside thing always comes first, and the inside thing always comes second. Just like this is an outside thing and this is an inside thing. You know, this is the skin that what's coming outside our mind and earth and water. This is an outside. This is an inside. This is when you go into meditation. It's inside, or it's church. It's an outside thing, you know. So, so they took the young men to grind, and so the children fell under the wood. All right. The elders have ceased from the gate, the young men from their music. So have ceased from the gate. This is number 14. Well, the old 14 to 5, the elders have ceased from the gate, the young men from their music. All right, so I think that this is just not open in here. There's no old men here. There's no nothing. I'm not so sure, but we'll keep track of that one. 15, the joy of our heart is ceased. Our dance is turned into mourning. Well, now we don't have any music and we don't have any dance. See about 16. The crown has fallen from our head. Woe unto us that we have sinned. So we lost our crown too. Well, that's a whole bunch of like losses in one row there. So, anyways, don't we know that this going this route anyhow, right? Then we get down here to 5. We get the last bunch of worlds, and it's about our bodies. 5 coming up. So we get 17, 18, 19, and 20. For this our heart is faint. For these things our eyes are dim. Number 17. Think about it. This is where our blindness comes from, right? And I guess that makes our flesh weak. If that's where our weakness is that, the spirit's strong, but the flesh is weak, right? So that would be the first part is number 17. For this our heart is faint. For these things our eyes are dim. All right? Because of the mountain of Zion, which is desolate, the foxes walk upon it. So this is this place. This is that high place that we looked at as a mountain now, and that it's desolate, and now and foxes walk across it. Pretty interesting. Thou, O Lord, remainest forever. Thy throne from generation to generation. This is number 19. Look at this. This is telling you that your throne, you're the guy. You're the one that sits in this spot. That is you. That is your spot. Or our spot. Thou, O Lord, remainest forever. Thy throne from generation to generation. Think about that. Therefore dost thou forget us forever and forsake us so long a time. This is number 20. This is a question right here. That should be a big question mark. Oh, it's just going to be there for such a long time. Should you forsake us for such a long time? And it says, turn thou unto us thee, O Lord, and we shall be turned. Renew our days as of old. This is number 21, which represents a 3. He's asking for this beautiful thing to happen on the number 3, which is, remember us. Dost thou forget us forever? He says, I will be turned to you. And we shall be turned. Renew our days as of old, which is what's given back to you. It's told you, I'm going to restore your mind. I'm going to bring you back. And this is how you change your mind. This is how you can change your color from black to white. This is the idea of being transformed by the mind, by the renewal of the mind. But, number 22, but thou hast utterly rejected us. Thou art very wroth against us. That's the last one. So, where are you at? Some scary stuff. So, what do you think? This is the person who wrote this. If you say someone wrote this, it still is following the code perfectly, but it's still showing us that, we have to start this first, and we have to think about Jerusalem was sacked a long, long time ago, and that all these stories are about, since it was sacked, and so that means it's always been sacked, so in our minds, we're always sacked, and so whoever can fulfill God's desires with his idea to honor mother and father, if you ever to learn what that really means, then you'll be cooking with God in no time, because he's just sitting there just waiting. All these things are the ladder, Jacob's ladder, everything is all sitting there, right there, and just waiting for your discovery, ready for you to come in. And these stories say, I got caught up waiting behind. I mean, these are the causes. This is why I haven't come up to you. And this is like a sloth type of situation where you just feel so comfortable with what's going on when you're in your religious roles that you just love it, and you can wait forever. This is beautiful. I'm in the hand of God. You're in one hand of God. So, anyways, I love you guys. Hope you got something out of this. Finally got through this chapter. It was a grim one, very grim, right? Don't you imagine when you find out that we all come in like this, and only a few get out. But sure is a lot of pointing to us being stuck. Hell's bells. All right. But anyways, it's serving God, no matter what side of the fence we're on. All right. I love you guys. God bless you.